To install a solar, I call it a gland. It's actually a piece that goes on the outside and it has your connections, and then you seal it around here, and it has, you can get it to stick, but I'm going to put 4 screws, maybe 5 screws in here just to make sure. They have different ones. Some of them just come all the way out, but in this case they actually terminate right there. And then I've got a 10-foot cable on here. So this is going to go on the outside in my runaway, and I'm doing this, I'm trying to get this done. It's really cold today. I would normally not do this unless it was 50 degrees, but today it's barely, just a tad under freezing, and it's probably not a good day to put silicone on, but we're going to give it a shot and hope for the best. Worst case scenario, I'll have to take it back off and redo it at another time. But anyway, we're using this white silicone here. Just 100, you want to use 100% silicone. You don't want to use anything other than that. I had trouble once before by not using 100%. I'm going through a fiberglass wall. It's about 1 inch thick. So normally this will be done, preferably this gland would go down like this here. That way your water's shedding off of this. But I'm kind of going to think I'm going to do it this way, which I may or may not like that in the end. I don't know. The reason why is you see how the wires are going down? That's what I want them to do at that angle. If I do it this way, they gotta kind of come up and then kind of loop over the top, and they're coming right in there. So I don't really want that. I want them to be snug against the wall. So we're gonna give that a shot. So what we need to do now is we have to already know where I want to put it. Basically, I want to put it right. I want the 2 holes. I'm gonna drill 2 holes for it, and I'm gonna drill them at an angle up. It's gonna be on the front side. I don't want to go into my roof structure. And then up there, I'm going to have an extension. I've got a 3-foot extension. Hopefully it's going to be enough to get my solar panel. But right now I've got probably 6 inches of ice on the top right now. So I can't put my solar panel in until we get a little bit warmer weather. Here's what I got. Yeehaw, drilling a new hole in a brand new camper. A little scary, but here we go. You got to do it sometime or another. That don't make you nervous. Alright, there's my 2 holes. Hopefully it doesn't look like garbage on the outside. So it's not the prettiest hole, but probably take a file and file that down a little bit. Make sure all the rough edges are out there, that way it won't tear up the wiring going through there. So there you are, it's all fed through there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go get some tape, and I'm going to make a nice little line all the way around this. And that way I will put my sealant on, put it in place, screw it down, and then seal around it and not have to worry about making a big mess. So now what we're going to do is pull it out, put sealant on it, 5 screws that are 1/2 inch long. I know my material that I'm going into is 1 inch thick. Well, it's not the prettiest thing in the world. That's why you use the tape. But I wanted to go over the screw heads. So there's where they came out, and I did put a glop of silicone on there before I went through, but then again, like I say, I'm going to take it and fill back in there with more sealant. So there you have it. Not the prettiest thing in the world. I guess I could have done a better job, but hey, I'm just trying to keep it from leaking. Solar coming down the wall there. I've zip tied it all together, comes down to the bed, and basically groups in here. And then I've got my solar tube lines coming in here. I didn't want to cut it because it has a nice line, nice metal sleeve on the end, so I just circled it like that, and I went ahead and put that into the actual breaker there. So let me show you what I'm having to deal with here. I've got a week and a half to get this solar panel put up on top here, and this is what we got. I can't even get to the racks. So it's supposed to get above freezing today, hopefully. We're only talking maybe 35, but I'm gonna chisel out what I can. Well, after chiseling for about a half hour, I got that much off. You see how thick that ice is. It looks like it's probably 4 to 5, probably about 4 inches. So I didn't show you building these these actual frames. These are frames that you can buy. All you gotta do is put the 3 bolts, 1, 2, and 3 bolts together, and this allows it to go up like this. And so I'm gonna have this at the outside of the camper here, and it'll have a slight slant even when it's not. It's all the way down when you're driving down the road, and then as we get to a spot we want more slant, we can unscrew this here and extend this up almost to a 45 degree. So we're going to get up there now. We're going to use these. They're actually muffler clamps. These have been cut. This is what used to hold my awning on my other Range Runner, but I had to drill holes a little better to actually fit these in like this. So here I am. This is the difficult thing to do, but this has to be done. The router is pretty tall, and this has to be put up on the top here. So you can see my ladder here. Like I say, it's sitting up on the ice shelf here, but I've got to slither up on the top of here, and I don't want to put all my weight on this top. I think it's rated for about 200 pounds, but I'm going to try to center my weight on this area. I've got to get this bracing on that clamp there, 36 inches out this way, and another brace on there, and then I've got to repeat the same process on the back side. So I didn't show you all the details in that, but basically I've got this clamp here. This is a muffler clamp. I've got it bolted in through here, and I'm not really crazy about these clamps I've got up here. I think I'm going to go get 2 more muffler clamps to do this back side, because those little cheap clamps don't seem to do as well. So, well, the more I looked at that cantilever, the way I had it and the way it was kind of floppy, I think this first trip out, I'm just going to go. I went ahead and took this brace out of here, and that actually gave me that 45 degree angle or 30 degree angle, and I'm just going to lay it flat, and that will mount the solar panel on this flat. Like I say, my big camper, which you can't see because it's covered with snow, but I've got one on there and it lays flat, does a fine job. And so we're not going to be, our utilization of electricity is not going to be any greater than we have on a big camper. Have same size batteries, so I think flat's going to be fine for now. At some point, if I decide I want to use this brace and actually give it an incline, then we can do that at a later date just to see how well it works. But for now, I'm going to go with just bolting this piece on in 3 places, and then like I say, that's going to be pretty steady. Okay, I've got the back one installed now. I put a little more, I put a couple of nuts on here just to give it some space so it can actually bite down, because you run out of threads if you don't put any kind of spacers in there. I may do that over on that one, over on that side, just to where I can get it really torqued down. But I've got these things in place now, and I've measured from hole here to the hole over there, 36 and a half inches from hole to hole. And then I had to do the 36 and a half back, and it didn't make it to this hole, so I had to drill a hole here. The only difference with these holes, if you don't make them elongated like this, you can't go feed it from the inside down and put your nut on the back side. So I'm going to have to feed these in the other way and put the nut on this side. So it'll be a little harder to get to. Well, we've got it set up there, and we're gradually bolting them in, but these son of a guns are hard to get to. You got to get your fingers up in here, and it's a 10 millimeter, and I only have one 10 millimeter wrench, so I'm going to have to use a vice grips. So I'm getting everything lined up. I got that one over there. Those two were hardest. Should have made those holes bigger. If you doing this, make sure you make your holes bigger, and you may even want to take this thing here and flip it around, because that way you'll be getting it from the outside. As it is, I'm fighting it on the inside, and I can't get a ratchet in here. So if I had to do it over again, I'd probably flip that bar around. Well, it's on there. Hoo-wee. I've got to do a little bit of securing of these wires. I used a 3-foot extension. I was worried I was going to not have enough, but I had plenty. So I'm going to have to actually gather these up and put them on some kind of connector or something that's going to stick on the top of here to keep them from flopping around when I'm driving down the road. I went ahead and hit the breaker. We don't have much solar right now. The sun's kind of got behind a tree, but we're getting just a little bit on here. We're getting 0.85 and getting about 13 watts. It looks like it's working, and we'll shut it off because we're gonna have some low temperatures tonight. We don't want to take a chance of charging that battery when it's below freezing. So, well, that's about all I have on this video, and like I say, that gets the solar system up and running. So we hope to see you again on another one of these videos.